Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Preston Endress. A man charged with the murder of 2 Schuylkill County teens appeared in court on Wednesday for a preliminary hearing. 19-year-old Lamore Branch of Port Carbon is facing homicide charges for the deaths of 18-year-old Hunter Mock and 16-year-old Angelito Caraballo. Investigators say the murder occurred on October 8th in a wooded area near New Philadelphia. During the hearing, the court heard testimony from the state trooper leading the case as well as a witness, 20-year-old Jalik Sherwood, who was present with Branch, Caraballo, and Mock on the night of the murders. Sherwood testified that he saw Branch pull out a gun, but fled the scene before the murders occurred. Branch was later arrested at his mother's property in Wright Township. During the arrest, police say they found parts of a 9mm ghost gun and a knife that matched evidence found at the scene. At the conclusion of the hearing, the judge decided that the case will now head to trial. Police say a wanted man in Hazleton should be considered armed and dangerous. According to Hazleton City Police, Alejandro Diaz Tejada is wanted on several felony counts of delivery of a controlled substance. Police say the suspect has been selling fentanyl in the Hazleton area over the last several months. Diaz Tejada is a Hispanic male standing 5 feet 11 inches tall and weighing 134 pounds. He is described as having black hair and brown eyes. Anyone with information regarding his whereabouts is asked to call 911. President Joe Biden addressed the nation on Wednesday regarding his decision to drop out of the 2024 presidential election. During the address, Biden told the nation that the defense of democracy is more important than any title and that he would not let personal ambition come in the way of saving America's democracy. Biden's decision to drop out of the race came amid rising skepticism from Democrats following his debate performance against former President Donald Trump in June. The pressure on Biden to step aside continued to mount as Democrats began to question if Biden, at the age of 81, was still fit for the high-pressure job of president. Biden announced his decision through social media on Sunday and followed up by endorsing Vice President Kamala Harris for the nomination. In his address on Wednesday, Biden said that the best way forward was to pass the torch to a new generation and to make room for fresh voices. Coming up on WYLN News, a man charged with arson in Colorado is taken into custody in Carbon County. Plus, Brian Koberger's defense team motions to move the trial to a new venue. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
WYLN News is brought to you by Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton. Your health deserves a partner.
It's gonna be sunny.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today. Like and follow WYLN News on Facebook for the WYLN News Midday Update. When it's serious, there's only one health network with seriously innovative health institutes. Lehigh Valley Health Network, your health deserves a partner. SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600. Hey, did you know WYLN posts news stories and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, Fresh from the Farm, Everyday Heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. WYLN, the local leader on social media. We're your local network. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35.
Back to WYLN News. A man charged with arson in Colorado was taken into custody by the Carbon County Sheriff's Office on Wednesday. According to police, officers received a tip that Gregory Leon had absconded from state supervision and fled to Pennsylvania after being charged with a felony count of arson. Leon was located by the Carbon County Sheriff's Office on Wednesday, July 24th at Mooney's Motel in Franklin Township. Officers say Leon was taken into custody and is currently behind bars at the Carbon County Correctional Facility awaiting extradition back to Colorado. The defense team for Brian Kohberger, a man charged with the murder of 4 University of Idaho students, is motioning for a change of venue for the murder trial. The motion was made public on Tuesday. According to officials, the defense wants to move the trial to Boise County instead of Latah County where the murders occurred. Kohberger's attorneys argue that the move is necessary because the people in Latah County have been corrupted by media coverage of the murders. However, the families of the murder victims say the move to Boise County would be too far to travel for the trial, which is scheduled to start in June. Coming up on WYLN News, Chris Fulmer leases down the path through history with Catawissa Part 4. Plus, we learn about the upcoming Partysville Cruise Night on Community and you. And stay right here on WYLN. We'll be right back.
Heisler's Cloverleaf Dairy is now open at 743 Catawissa Road in Tamaqua. Stop by the Dairy Bar, try over 33 flavors of homemade ice cream still made on the premises, and a full menu of hot food made to order. Have some fun at their driving range, or play mini golf on their 2 18-hole mini golf courses. Heisler's Cloverleaf Dairy, celebrating 65 years. Same great taste, same great location, same great memories to be made.
WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Watch PTN on WYLN.
Attention, WYLN viewers! WYLN TV can now be seen on the Hazleton Service Electric Cablevision HD tier, channel 507, and over the air at 35.1. WYLN, we're your local network.
Are you waking up in the morning with a sore jaw, headaches, maybe even ringing in your ears, all because you're grinding and clenching your teeth at night? That's exactly what was going on with me. I end up going to a dentist and he wants to charge over $600 for a night guard. That's when I found this, the Brooks Night Guard. This was a game changer. It's smaller than other night guards that I tried, which is a good thing because it doesn't make me gag. It could fit on the top or the bottom of the teeth. It's lightweight and super comfortable. Now the Brooks Night Guard redirects the bite force away from the back teeth, reducing jaw pain while still protecting the teeth. This unique design is what makes Brooks Night Guard different from all other traditional grind guards. Go to bruxnightguard.com and order yours today. Your teeth will thank you for it in the morning.
Go to bruxnightguard.com and use the promo code to activate your special TV offer. That's bruxnightguard.com. Order today and take advantage of this special TV offer. Your teeth will thank you for it in the morning.
Hi everybody. This week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, I'm going to talk all about car accidents and car insurance. How car insurance covers chiropractic care, so stay tuned. This time of year with the holidays, everybody's traveling. Tune into the show.
A Path Through History is sponsored by the Old Jail Museum, 128 West Broad Street in Jim Thorpe. Call 570-325-5259 or visit them online at theoldjailmuseum.com.
The 1920s would become known in years to follow as essentially a decade of fun. For many Catawissa residents, fun in the summer months would include traveling several miles south to the village of Elysburg. There, on the property of Hartman Henry Knoebel, who owned a sawmill on site, stood a covered bridge, off which many guests from neighboring communities took to jumping off into the cool waters of Roaring Creek. As the years had gone by, the number of these tally-hoes, as they were called, grew ever larger. Aware of the popularity that swimming in Roaring Creek held for locals, Henry Knoebel and his wife Hattie thought it would be a nice gesture to build an actual pool for the tally-hoes to swim in. Thus, in November of 1925, Henry contracted his brother Harvey to dig out a pool near the covered bridge with an ancient steam shovel. It opened to the public on the 4th of July, 1926. A carousel, leased from Joseph Gallagher of Philadelphia, also greeted the pool's initial guests, as did numerous summer cottages, some of them inventively themed as covered wagons, trolleys, boats, and the like. What was soon known as Knoebel's Groves continued to grow around the pool, with concession stands and more rides added over time. 1941 saw the installation of a larger merry-go-round, the Grand Carousel at the park. Carved by Charles Carmel, it allowed guests to try and catch a brass ring on the ride. Today is one of the few active remaining carousels to have this option. The park was closed for all of 1943 due to World War II rationing, but reopened the following year and continued its expansion, adding bumper cars and motorboats to the ride collection. Henry Knoebel died in 1952, having seen his pool and the amusement park that grew around it begin to become an area institution. His family, led by his youngest son Pete and daughter-in-law Peg, continued to grow the park. In 1957, they added a spaceship simulator ride, one of the first of its kind. Utilizing an old dump truck's hydraulic lift, the rocket ride lifted guests up and down as they watched a film showing them flying to the moon. Wafers would also be handed out to riders, supposedly dehydrated space food. The ride would be plagued by mechanical issues, and eventually the rocket would be locked upright and transformed into the park's long-running Sky Slide attraction. Much more successful would be Knoebel's Haunted Mansion ride, which opened for the bravest of riders in 1973. It remains rated as one of the best dark rides of its kind today. In 1985, the Knoebel family made a bold move to bring a roller coaster to the park. They found the right candidate inside San Antonio's former Playland Park, where the rocket had been left standing in place after the park had closed in 1980. Knoebels purchased the ride, dismantled it, and reassembled it on the west side of their park. The reborn roller coaster, now known as the Phoenix, opened for Knoebel's riders on June 15, 1985 to rave reviews. It is still considered one of the best roller coasters in the country by riders today. Knoebel's management attempted to repeat that feat in the 90s, making a bid for Mr. Twister at Denver's Elitch Gardens amusement park. A well-remembered ride in its heyday, Mr. Twister had been left standing in place when Elitch Gardens had relocated to a larger location in 1994. Ultimately, though, it was determined the ride was in too poor condition to run again. Knoebel's management, however, purchased Mr. Twister's original blueprints and built their own roller coaster from it. Known as Twister, it opened for riders on July 24, 1999. Steel coasters have also operated Knoebel's over the years, including the Jetstar from 1977 to 1992 and the Whirlwind from 1993 to 2004, as well as juvenile coasters, the high-speed Thrill Coaster, which ran from 1955 to 2008, its successor Cosmos Curves, named for the park's longtime mascot. Today, many other local amusement parks have come and gone, but what is now known as Knoebel's Amusement Resort, which is still run by members of the Knoebel family, remains open as the largest amusement park in America to still offer free parking and free admission to guests, entertain visitors from Catawissa and further afield with summer delights and entertainment. Back in Catawissa proper, another landmark business opened in 1926 as well, the Catawissa Bottling Company. Founded by the husband-wife team of Bruce and Suzanne Grigorovich, who received a license from the Pennsylvania Department of Agriculture to bottle soda, it took root in a former creamery building. Some of its original products include birch beer, root beer, cola, ginger ale, lemonade, and numerous flavors of soda, including orange, lemon, cherry, and grape soda. Other flavors have been added over the years. In addition, the Catawissa Bottling Company is currently one of 6 establishments in the United States authorized to sell Maine's Moxie soda, having had this privilege since 1978 and previously from 1945 to 1967. Heavy manufacturing was commonplace in northeastern Pennsylvania in the early 20th century, and Catawissa was no different. The Bloomsburg Hosiery Mill was just one of the industrial titans that operate in the borough at this time, as too did the Maxey Manufacturing Company, which today has been repackaged as the Old Valve Factory, which hosts weddings and other formal events. For entertainment, Catawissa residents could see a film at the Andrea Theater, which opened in 1939. It was built by Peter Magazu, whose family ran a series of theaters in the area, including the Angela Theater in Coaldale, Schuylkill County. Magazu named the theater after his family members, the Andrea being after his father. The Andrea Theater was sold in 1956, and the building today is home to the Bethel Assembly of God Church. Towards the end of the 20th century, one thing was connected with Catawissa more than anything else: Southern Columbia football. In the early years of the school's existence, its gridiron program was so bad, in its first 17 years the program had 7 coaches and only 58 total wins, that victories would often trigger a day off school for students the following Monday. This would change with the arrival of Coach Jim Roth in 1984. Roth quickly built the Tigers program up into a powerhouse by the late 80s. In 1994, he would break through after several years of near misses, winning the school's first Class A state championship over Western Beaver. After a somewhat dry stretch by its new standards, the program then won 5 straight state championships behind fullback Henry Hynoski in the 2000s, and even more followed after that. In 2020, Roth passed Berwick's George Curry to become Pennsylvania's all-time winningest football coach. His legacy in Catawissa and Pennsylvania's history thus by now quite secure.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Tune in and see all the unique places to stay and things to do in the Pocono Mountains. Watch PTN on WYLN.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. Like and follow WYLN News on Facebook for the WYLN News Midday Update, posted daily between noon and 2 p.m. Powered by Lehigh Valley Health Network. When it's serious, there's only one health network with seriously innovative health institutes. Lehigh Valley Health Network, your health deserves a partner.
Welcome back to Community and You. Today I'm joined here by Ron Zeman, who is the president of the Pardersville Cruise Night. Ron, how's it going today?
I'm doing well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yep, always a pleasure. So today we wanted to talk with you about the upcoming Pardersville Cruise Night, which is happening for its third year in a row here in Pardersville. For those who aren't familiar with what the Cruise Night is, could you tell us a bit about what to expect from the event?
Yes, so the Pardersville Cruise Night is held every year up at the Pardersville Playground, Hazel Township. It's more than a car show. We always advertise it as. We start off as a brief car cruise around the area. It's a 16-mile rolling cruise. Takes about a half an hour. After that, all the cars come back to the park and we set up, and then we do the car show and we have judging. We give out quite a bit of trophies with that. We also have live entertainment. We have 2 live bands that play back to back. We have the playground there for kids, and we also bring in different activities for the children every year. A couple new features this year is we're going to do a sand art vendor this year that the kids can make up their own sand art, pick their designs out and fill their sand up with any color they want. Also, we're going to have a gentleman from Williamsport coming in to do he's a magician, and he also is going to do balloon art. He can make 30 different types of creatures out of balloons, so we're looking forward to seeing him. And then, of course, we have the Pardersville Playground there for the little ones to enjoy. We have food vendors. Close to a dozen food vendors will be on hand. And then the big favorite, of course, with the ladies is the Tricky Tray raffle basket sale that we'll have that there also. So a little bit of something for everyone to do in the family, so to say. We tell everybody to bring a chair and enjoy the afternoon. Whether you're a car person or not, there'll be something there for you to enjoy.
Definitely something for everyone, and so many new and returning events. I know one of the new highlights that you wanted to bring to the cruise night this year was the Steve Clark's Pennies from Heaven campaign. So can you tell us about that?
Absolutely. So Steve Clark was a good friend of ours, good friend of mine. I've known him for over 40 some years. A lot of committee members knew him very well. Steve wasn't a member of the group, but he worked from behind the scenes, so to say. He helped us every year get sponsors for our event, and he helped spread the word. He helped us with judging the day of the event with the cars. He'd walk around and help us judge the cars. He was also a contributor every year to our Tricky Tray campaign. So he was behind the scenes, but he was a good asset. He was a big help, and he looked forward to the event every year. And unfortunately, we lost Steve about a month after the show last year. And Steve had passed away unexpectedly, and it was a shock to all of us. So we put this together. This will be Steve's new way of helping the group out with the Pennies from Heaven campaign. We're basically asking any people to come with spare change, any kind of coin denomination whatsoever, and we're going to have a big water cooler type water jug there with a funnel, and you could just dump in your spare change into that, and whatever that totals up to be, we will add that to the overall total from the proceeds from the event, and that'll go towards it.
Very nice. That's a very nice way to honor your friend Steve with a way that just helps out the community in a very unique way. And speaking of, I know that you have several organizations that you like to engage and donate with the cruise night. So could you tell us about some of the organizations that are partnering with the cruise night this year that you will be donating to?
Yeah, so every year we from the beginning we've given to the American Cancer Society. We always wait till the telethon to release the amount to the public, but we'll give them a portion. We basically split proceeds 50-50, half towards cancer patient assistance programs and also cancer research, and then the other half goes to suicide awareness prevention programs. But I just want to stress how it stays in the area. We keep it locally. Whenever we choose anybody, any particular group, that's what we do. So we will give, again this year, we will give to the American Cancer Society. New last year, we gave a little bit of money to the new Lehigh Valley Topper Cancer Treatment Center because they had opened, and they have a cancer patient assistance program there, so we helped with that. So half will go towards them again. We'll work it out. The group will decide in what denomination. And then the first 2 years we did give to Northeast Counseling Services. This year we're going to change things up, and we're looking for a group that actually is doing suicide prevention awareness programs out of the Hazleton High School called Friends for Rachel Group. And they're trying really hard to get the word out to a lot of our teenagers and younger generation of kids out there about, there's help when needed. So they're a new group that is reforming after a few years because of COVID. They were kind of in hibernation, but they're back at it, and they got a lot of big ideas, and we're going to try to work with them this year and help that group out to get things going.
It's so great that you have found so many ways to help so many different groups within the community, and just using a really fun and great event like this for families just to make a way to benefit them and just help them out in any way that you can.
Right.
For those who are still interested in entering their vehicle into the cruise night, how could they go about registering for the cruise night?
Yes. So we have multiple locations where a flyer could be picked up at. If they go to the Facebook page, we have a whole list of where they could be picked up, whether it's Freeland, Hazleton, Whitehaven, wherever. You could fill out a registration form and then mail it in to us. Pre-registration is $18, and it's available up until August 1st. After August 1st, it goes to $20, and we quit taking in pre-registrations at that point. You could also give it to any committee member. If you know any one of our committee members, there's 16 of us on the group, or 17 actually, now in the group. Or if you're one of those people that like to come the day of and see what the weather's like, even though we do have a rain date, some people still don't like to pre-register, so we will take those drive-ups, but unfortunately, the playground will only hold about 200 cars, so when we hit that 200 mark, we'll have to shut it down, and we hate to turn people away, but we can only fit as many cars as we could fit, so we'll take it from there.
Yeah, I think you'll definitely make that 200 mark limit for the amount of vehicles allowed in the playground.
I agree.
Yeah, just because so many people really do enjoy this event a lot here in Partysville. Is there anything else that you want our viewers to know about the upcoming event?
I just want to stress that it's a family-oriented event, and it's been focused that way from day one. It's going for two great causes, and like I said, you don't have to be a car person. You could come out for the day, have a great time, enjoy the festivities, listen to the band, get something good to eat, and just have some quality time with your family or your friends, whichever you choose to come with, and enjoy it. And like I said, at the end of the day, it's for two great causes that'll stay locally, the money.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Rob, for joining us on Community News to talk about the Partysville Cruise Night. Make sure to go check it out on August 17th at 1 p.m. and we'll see you next time.
You're watching WYLN TV 35,